Ready to dive into emerging tech's game-changing potential? You're in the right place. Diehard Tech is where you can hear from speakers representing blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and other rapidly evolving tech stacks. Welcome to the stage Anders Brownworth, who's undertaking applied research at Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. Chief among his research is blockchain technology, which, as you might have seen in the news, poses some interesting financial challenges as well as opportunities.
Hi, I'm Anders Brownworth. I made a popular YouTube video about how blockchains work. So they asked me to speak about the challenges and opportunities in blockchain technology. I'd love to do that, but I can't without telling you a story first. So here it goes. A wealthy family office investment advisor once skeptically asked me if the cryptocurrency ecosystem actually had any value. The simple answer to this question is, well, over $1 trillion in the ecosystem suggests that there is value here. You know, I could write off $1 billion to exuberance, maybe $10 billion, but $100 billion, and then $1,000 billion or $1 trillion. To me, that's quite a stretch. And so that's the punchy, easy answer. But let me try to give you a better answer. Here it goes. The financial ecosystem is constantly searching for better, faster, cheaper. It's constantly trying to be more efficient. So the real answer to the question is that the cryptocurrency ecosystem is interesting. It has opportunity because it holds out the possibility of a better, faster, cheaper way to move value. In other words, it coordinates society in a better, faster, and cheaper way. Because that's what money does. It coordinates society. Okay, so that's the opportunity. The argument is there is something valuable there, and that's what people are excited about. But then what's the challenge? Well, one challenge in coordinating society is to do it in a net beneficial way, because an ecosystem that is, operating financially is not an ethical actor. It has no moral compass. We must coax it and nudge the market into the direction of being net beneficial to humankind. That's a big challenge. How do we do that? I don't think we know of the perfect way to do that. So that's the opportunity and a challenge. But let me point out one thing about everything that I've said so far. These are all financial concepts, markets, money, coordinating society. That's seeing the world through financial eyes. Now, another story. I do a bit of work for MIT. I'm a subject matter expert on blockchain technology in one of their continuing education programs. And one day, they asked me to talk about all the non-financial opportunities in the blockchain space. So I thought, and after a while, I came to the conclusion that there just aren't any. You know, yes, there's exciting opportunities, in the NFT space, right? Hey, that's art, right? It's not finance. But isn't it? I mean, the reason it's so exciting is because it intrinsically ties art to a tracking system with financial primitives. And you might say, all right, well, what about supply chain tracking? And yes, supply chain tracking on a blockchain, that's a thing. It's true. But is it a revolutionary thing? You know, it's evolutionary in the sense that the movements of the supply chain are publicly available, potentially, but there's no mass cases of success running a supply chain tracking system on a public permissionless blockchain. It's just easier to have a traditional system like a group, a trade organization or something like that, run it on a centralized database. It's far cheaper, more efficient, way faster. I mean, if you think about it, you don't even have a permissionless blockchain if you don't have a native token. Without a token, there's no incentive system nudging the participants to act in the best interest of the group. So in that sense, all public permissionless blockchains are financial instruments at the heart. And if you toss out the permissionless thing, then do you actually have a blockchain? Or does what you have really resemble just a distributed database that's open? What I'm getting at here is that there's really no wildly successful uses of blockchain technology that don't include a financial component at the heart. None. So the use case, at least to date, they're pretty very limited in scope. They have all of them have a financial component at heart. So that's a challenge. But here's another challenge: education. It's devilishly hard to boil down what this even is because it's so bizarre from a structural point of view. People don't know what the technology can do. Worse yet, they don't know what the technology can't do either. That's probably the worst part of it. There's like this collective lack of imagination that people have because they simply don't know what can and can't be done with the technology. So that's it, the opportunity and some of the challenges. To be sure, there's quite a bit more here, but I'm afraid I just don't have the time, and I'm going to have to leave you wondering. Thanks for the opportunity to speak.